Hi everybody, welcome back to Sunshine Soap and Candle Company. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how to make two different facial mist sprays perfect for the summertime months. The first one I'm going to be sharing with you is for skin brightening purposes, and the second one is for skin soothing purposes. In today's video, I'm going to be going over my full visual step-by-step process and tutorial of how to make these facial mist sprays. If you're interested in both of these recipes, I'm going to be publishing them over on my Patreon campaign. The link to my campaign is in the description box below for you. This month marks the 5-year anniversary since the launch of my Patreon campaign, and there's hundreds of recipes and tutorials to take advantage of, all in the skincare, hair care, candle making, and soap making areas. So if you haven't had a chance to check it out, I really hope that you'll click the link in the description box and come on over and see what it's all about. Since the launch of my campaign back in June of 2019, thousands of makers just like you have come over and really enjoyed the benefits that my campaign offers. It's a great way to connect with me. It's a great way to connect with other makers. So that being said, let's get started. All right, so the first spray we're going to be making was formulated to target things like age spots and uneven skin tone, so it has a lot of skin brightening properties to it. So the first thing we're going to be weighing off into this beaker is some niacinamide. Niacinamide is basically a vitamin B that is well known for its skin brightening properties. And it is a water-soluble ingredient, so we're going to go ahead and weigh this off first before we weigh off any of our watery ingredients. Next, we're going to go ahead and weigh off the distilled water. Facial mist sprays are made up mostly of water. All right. Because they are made up mostly of watery type ingredients, they are super hydrating for the skin. So your skin really does need the hydration from the water, which is why lotions and creams are always a good idea as well. So we're just giving this a stir to start dissolving and breaking up that niacinamide powder. And then the next thing we're going to be adding in is some aloe vera water. Aloe vera water is really soothing and also very hydrating and known for its healing properties. And then the next thing we're going to be adding in is some rose water. Now the rose water, this is a really good one. I got it from Crafter's Choice and it smells amazing. Rose water is known for its tightening and toning properties. And it's also going to add a really nice botanical fragrance without the use of any essential oils or fragrance oils. Next, we're going to be adding in some chamomile water. This is a good chamomile water as well. I got it from Crafter's Choice. Mixed with the rose, it just gives it a very nice botanical fragrance. And the chamomile is going to add some soothing and calming properties to this formula. There we go. Next, we're going to add some sodium lactate. Now, sodium lactate is a natural ingredient, but it's a wonderful humectant, and it's not going to add any viscosity or thickness to this like glycerin might, which is great because we're going to be putting this into some spray bottles and we want it to come out in a nice misted style of a spray. We don't want it to get clogged up in the tube or the spray, the little spray nozzle. We want it to come out in a nice mist. And then to this we're going to be adding some dragon fruit extract. Dragon fruit extract is high in antioxidants. Again, this is going to help with the complexion and helping to even out the skin tone. I got this one from Formulator Sample Shop. And then the last thing we're going to be adding is some preservative. Now, we're adding a preservative because this is a water-based formula, and you want to make sure that you're not growing any sort of bacteria or allowing any introduction of bacteria to grow. We're using liquid germall plus today as the preservative because it's great for water-based type products. And then I'm going to go ahead and give this a stir. Where's my, there it is. I'm going to get this nice and mixed up. Now, because this is made with primarily water and a lot of rose water, it smells beautiful like roses and chamomile. We're going to go ahead and add a tiny, tiny bit of water-soluble dye to make this a pink color. It's already got a little bit of a yellowish color just due to the extracts and the ingredients that we used already having a color. So we're just going to add in a little bit of, I'm going to do 1 drop and see where that gets us. And that's really all I want. I just wanted a little tint of color. I don't want to make this a super pigmented spray. So this is actually perfect. We're just going to go ahead and set this aside, and then we'll get started on the next facial mist spray formula. Okay, so the second one is going to be used for skin soothing. This one would be great also for like an after sun care sort of facial mist spray. And I'm going to show you how to incorporate the use of essential oils into a water-based formula like this. I showed you this one a little while back when we did the facial toner. So this is the same idea. We need to solubilize the oil, the essential oil, so that it combines with the water without any separation. So what we're going to do first is go ahead and weigh off some PEG-Hydrogenated castor oil. This is our solvent. This also adds a really nice velvety feeling to your formula. So instead of using the hydrosols in this formula, we're going to be using actual essential oil. This ingredient or another solubilizer is essential. You can't make this formula a homogeneous formula without the use of this, or something like polysorbate 80. If you wanted to use that instead, that would work fine as well. So we're going to weigh off our PEG-Hydrogenated castor oil. It's a very viscous, sticky and thick product until it gets diluted. All right. Next, we're going to go ahead and weigh off that essential oil right into the same little container here. I'll be weighing off some lavender 4042. This one is from Brambleberry. We're going to get it mixed in with our hydrogenated castor oil. That way when we combine it with our watery ingredients, it will combine nicely. Okay. I'm just going to take my little spatula and I'm going to get this combined. All I'm doing is combining the PEG-Hydrogenated castor oil with the essential oil to get it nice and solubilized and ready to combine with that, with the water-based ingredients that we're going to be using in this formula. You could also warm up your hydrogenated castor oil just a little bit to make it a little easier to work with, but you don't have to. Okay, so now that I've gotten that all nice and mixed, I'm going to go ahead and place this to the bottom of my next beaker. Okay, and then I'm going to set this aside and I'm going to grab another little container here to weigh off my allantoin powder. Now, allantoin is a white powder widely used for its skin soothing properties. You're going to see this in a lot of toners, creams, ointments. It comes from the comfrey plant, and this is just a processed form of that we're able to put into our cosmetics. It's a lovely ingredient. So we're going to go ahead and add in our allantoin. Okay, perfect. And then I'm going to go ahead and dump my allantoin right into this beaker here with the essential oil and the hydrogenated castor oil. Okay, next we're going to be adding in the water. Again, we're just using distilled water, and in place of hydrosols this time we're using essential oils. So this is a great way to add essential oils into your watery formulas like toners and facial mist sprays. So we're going to go ahead and add in our water. Okay, and we're just going to give this a nice stir to combine and to get the powdery allantoin mixed up, and also to mix in the essential oil. This looks cloudy at first. Allantoin goes cloudy in the water at first, but it does go clear after it is all dissolved in. Okay, so you just want to make sure you stir it up until the allantoin is all dissolved, and you can gently warm this until the allantoin is all dissolved. That does help hasten the process, and I have done that. So right now our formula is sitting at around 100 degrees Fahrenheit. You don't want to really go above that, 99 degrees, because you don't want to damage the essential oil that's in there. And we are going to be adding in a preservative, and we don't want to kill off the preservative. So this cloudy look that you're seeing right now is coming from the hydrogenated castor oil and the essential oil, but that will go away and we will be left with a perfectly clear facial mist spray. So the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and add in some sodium lactate. Again, the sodium lactate is going to be the humectant. It's going to be what draws the moisture to our skin from the air and help lock it in. And it's not going to add any thickness to our formula. And then for our extract, for this one, we're going to be using cornflower. Cornflower is a little blue flower that's a lot like calendula, very well known for its soothing properties. So this combined with the lavender essential oil, we're getting a very calming formula. Again, great for something like after sun care. And then we're going to go ahead and add in a preservative. And again, we're going to be using some liquid germall plus. We're going to go ahead and give this a good stir to combine. And then we're going to add in a little bit of color to this one as well. All right, so since this one has lavender essential oil, we're going to go ahead and add in a little bit of purple water-soluble dye. And for this one, I'm using a little bit of powdered water-soluble dye. This is in the color of plum. You can use a liquid one if you have. The point is just to add a tiny bit. I'm going for just the littlest bit of color. And this powdered one, this is from Fizzberry. If you have any of this powdered concentrated liquid dye, you know that just a little bit goes a long way. So it's not even enough to weigh off. It's such a minuscule amount. I'm going to see where that gets us before adding any more, because it does take a minute here to fully bloom. And right now the camera is not picking up exactly the color that I can see in real life, but it's a very, very light lavender color right now, which is great. I think I'm going to go ahead and add in just a little bit more. Give that a stir, and that's perfect. It will bloom a little bit more. I'm hoping you can see the beautiful color that I'm getting here. I'm just getting a really nice kind of lavender hue. And again, this formula will continue to get clear as it sets. All right, so the last thing we're going to do is go ahead and bottle these up. All right, so we're just using these glass 4-ounce Boston round containers, and they come with a little spray bottle top. I got these from Amazon. I'll go ahead and place the link to my Amazon store in the description box below for you too. All the tools and the equipment needed to make this product you can find over on my Amazon store. Using the link really helps me out. So we're gonna go ahead and pour off the rose one first. I'm loving how the color just made this a really beautiful light pink. All right, and then we're just going to go ahead and place these lids on top. Now for the lavender soothing one. Alright, now that these are all bottled up, I'm just going to give you a bit of a use demo. Alright, so I'm going to use a bit of the rose and niacinamide one. You just want to make sure that you're using a fine mist sprayer because you want to even mist over your skin. And you're basically just going to get your face ready and start to spray a few inches away from your face. It feels super hydrating, really luxurious, and it's a lot less expensive to make these yourself than to buy them. I hope you liked this video, everyone. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Leave me some comments and questions below. Share this video with a friend, and why not subscribe to my channel? All right, everybody, catch you on the next video. Bye. Keep shining.